Okay, here we are at Villa Park for Villa versus Chelsea. We have some more scores around the grounds. There's also Brighton 0, Arsenal 1, Fulham 0, West Ham 0, Man City 1 and Nottingham Forest 0. We'll kick off from a Chelsea goal there from João Pedro, lovely header. Scored there as it's cleared up towards João Pedro. Straight to Tyrone Mings, but that's a mistake. João Pedro tries to capitalise. Tyrone Mings does well to get back there. Now it's Amadou Onana. Enzo Fernandez pressing. Now it's Cole Palmer. Amadou Onana does well to give it to Matson. He's got the option of Rodgers. Just play it. It's a power pass though. Straight to Moises Caicedo. And now it's Joel Hato on this left side. Driving forward. He's got Garnacho to the left side. But he decides to play it backwards to Chalobah. Plays it to Reece James. Now it's Cole Palmer on this right side. Cuts inside. Gives it to Neto to Pedro. Unlucky there from Chelsea. And Palmer's pressing Mings here to the goalie. Now it's with Ezri Konsa. He's got plenty of space now. Exposed Chelsea's press there. But Konsa has turned and he's given it to Matty Cash. Cash back to Konsa. Villa looking to get back in the lead in this game. I just played to Emi Martinez. João Pedro sprinting forward. He does play it to Tyrone Mings though. Played to Watkins, but that's an interception by Reece James out for a throw-in. And it is thrown in there. Tyrone Mings has it. Plays Ezri Konsa on the left side. Inside to Buendia. Referee gives a free kick for that challenge. It's played long straight to the Aston Villa goalkeeper. The Chelsea goalkeeper, sorry. Philip Jorgensen. Now it's Reece James. Cuts it back to Fofana. Now it's Chalobah. Chalobah to Hato. Hato inside to Caicedo. He's driving forward at the halfway line now. Plays the run of Garnacho. Driving at this defender now. Matty Cash tracking back. Garnacho puts a ball in. Fantastic play. Fantastic block by Ezri Konsa. Out for a Chelsea corner. Garnacho's looked lively this game. He's had an 8 match rating. And has played to Gusto. Gusto to Palmer on this right side. Once again. Palmer does well. Gives it to Reece James. James with a power pass. Now it's with Matty Cash. Matty Cash surges it forward to Morgan Rodgers. He can play the run of Watkins, but he keeps on going. Rodgers plays Watkins. Ollie Watkins! And that's 2-1 to Aston Villa. Exquisite finish by Ollie Watkins. And a blockbuster run by Morgan Rodgers. Fantastic play by Aston Villa. They get back their lead at Villa Park. Liam Rosenior looking disgusted on the sidelines. Fantastic play by Aston Villa on the counter-attack. Reece James, all sent from that power pass from Reece James. Plays straight to Matty Cash. Morgan Rodgers did so well to just surge forward there. Played the run. Oh! He might be offside. He might be offside there. Ollie Watkins. VAR are checking for a possible offside in the final pass to Ollie Watkins. We are awaiting the final verdict of VAR. Very controversial in the recent weeks. But I think that's obviously offside. Hato might be playing him on. But it's like, we have the line of the pitch as well. The line of the pitch is showing. that he is offside. Because he's in that position. It's tight. It's very tight. But VAR have found their final verdict. And it is offside. The goal has been disallowed for Aston Villa. And Unai Emery is, of course, animated on them sidelines. See now, he's offside by his knee, his toe, and his entire left arm. So that is 1-1 to Aston Villa, as they have just had a goal disallowed. Liam Rosenior looking a bit more happier than he was when that goal was conceded. He felt the ground almost when that was conceded. Philip Jorgensen stands over the free kick just after this offside goal. So now it's Ezri Konsa. Plays at the right side. Great touch by Leon Bailey, but Jarrell Hatlow does well to cut across. Now it's Caicedo. Gives it to Reece James. The passes by Chelsea have been awful this game. Reece James did really well there. It was played to Gusto, but James swings the ball in, only met by Emi Martinez's gloves. And he surges it long to Morgan Rogers. Rogers with a great turn. He said he was fouled there. He felt the ground dramatically there. Referee said no. Enzo Fernandez. That's a terrible challenge by Douglas Luiz, and that's a free kick to Chelsea. It's played to Reece James. Now it's Trevor Chalobah. Chalobah plays it back to Reece James. Chalobah again on the left side to Jarrell Hatlow. Back to Chalobah. Chelsea played a bit cautious this game, as they've already tasted what conceding 2 goals is like. That's power by Gusto. Rodgers does well to fool that defence, but Cole Palmer with a great interception. He's taking on Tyrone Mings. Douglas Luiz with great defending from behind. And it's a corner to Chelsea. We're awaiting the corner kick here, as the Chelsea set piece coach watches on. As in their last game, they tried to almost out set piece Arsenal. If you know, you know in that sense, as they are known for their set pieces this season. And the game plan failed, as Reece James stands over this. The number 24 for Chelsea raises his right arm. There's only 4 players inside the box. It's swung in, only met by Tyrone Mings. As now it's Douglas Luiz on the counter-attack Villa, but they have got plenty back Chelsea. Leon Bailey gets immediately shut out by Trevor Chalobah. Now it's Garnacho. Gives it to João Pedro. João Pedro with a power touch. And he clashes into Leon Bailey there. I just play it back to Ezri Konsa from that free kick. Now it's Tyrone Mings. Play to Matson. Matson to Rodgers on this left side. Douglas Luiz on the halfway of that. Luiz to Amadou Onana. Onana with a great turn on Enzo Fernandez. Only recycles it back to Ezri Konsa. There will be 8 minutes added time, as we found out just a minute ago. Leon Bailey falls to the ground, no foul given, and so does Garnacho, but again no foul given. Now it's Joel Hato. Hato to Moises Caicedo. Out of this right side to Reece James. Back to Chalobah. And it's back to Hato. This time in the midfield. So Enzo Fernandez. Looks like he's in left back now. Joel Hato playing a bit more midfield. I just sprayed out wide towards Malagusto. So when he met Ian Matson's head and it's out for a Chelsea throw-in. Tyrone Mings shuts that out. Emi Martinez with the long kick. Goes toward Garnacho. Driving at Matty Cash. Matty Cash tracking back. Garnacho trying to use some trickery to get past him. Only ends up playing it to Hato. Hato inside the 18-yard box takes home the shot. And that's hit the ball boy on the far side. Power shot in the end. It is the 40th minute. Apologies for the clock not being in use on the top of your screen. Just because I started this stream about 20 minutes in. There's not really a point starting the clock then. That shot was awful. I feel bad for the ball boy because I just struck him straight in the leg. That was the only thing noteworthy about that shot. I'm waiting for my stream here. As right now on TND Sports, it is viewing this actor in the stands instead of showing me the match. Now it's Caicedo. Played back to Fofana. Now it's Trevor Chalobah. Feeds the choice of Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez with the switch to Fofana. Back to Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez in centre half right now. You've got to love him. I just played out wide to Cole Palmer. Recycle back to Fofana. Fernandez to Chalobah. They're just passing it around the back here. Chelsea. But they play it to Garnacho. Can Chelsea get a goal here before half time? It is the 50th minute now. So there will only be 3 minutes left of this half. I just played a Chalobah from Jorgensen. Jorgensen. Played a Caicedo. Now it's Chalobah. Caicedo back to Fernandez. Back to Caicedo. And it sprayed long to Garnacho. What a ball that was from Caicedo. Matty Cash cutting across. Garnacho just goes a bit deeper. Plays it at Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez plays João Pedro. What an exquisite lob over Emi Martinez that is. And he does his iconic finger celebration. 2 goals for him tonight. And it's 2 for Chelsea as they complete their comeback at Villa Park. Villa Park is stunned and is silenced as Unai Emery watches on in disgust. At that finish. Great play from Garnacho, Enzo Fernandez. And the disguise. Oh, he might be offside. He might be offside. But nope, that is checked and cleared by VAR. No offside. Sorry, I was mistaken in what I said. VAR is still checking, actually. It is tight. But now we have the final decision of goal as João Pedro celebrates once again. Just with a fist in the air this time. As played Amadou Onana. Now it's back to Emiliano Martinez, World Cup winner with Argentina. Sprays it long. Only met by Fofana. Fofana to Palmer. They've done really well, Aston Villa here. I mean Chelsea, sorry. Certainly not Aston Villa. From a winning position. Getting thrashed like this. I'll be able to show you the stats at half time. And honestly, they haven't been the best. But it is half time in all the other half 7 kickoffs. So at half time it is Brighton 0, Aston Villa 1, Fulham 0, West Ham 0, and City 1 and Forest 0. João Pedro was onside by a toenail of the Aston Villa player there. As we've now played the full 8 minutes that were promised at the 45-minute mark. The referee checks his watch and brings the whistle to his mouth, and that is half time at Villa Park. Aston Villa 1, Chelsea Football Club 0. While it is half time, we have some news for you here. So, the Fulham West Ham match, the Brighton Arsenal match, and the Man City Forest match are all back underway, and Fulham have a penalty against West Ham. But the referee is going to the screen to review this penalty kick. Checking for a possible penalty. I'm not really sure what they're looking for here. Referee's still looking at it. He moves away from the monitor now. Blows his whistle. Does a VAR sign. He's speaking to the crowd. But we are not know what's being said. But we will know shortly once he points to the penalty spot or says no. It is a penalty. Now the penalty is not being awarded. Bit of confusion there. Penalty hasn't been awarded. Yeah, I don't think there was a penalty. But what we do have in the meantime is I can give you some commentary from the Newcastle-Manchester United match. Dive by Kieran Trippier there as Cunha goes up for the jump. Apparently it studs up in the face. That's what he's saying. Didn't touch him at all. But we are now going to head over our focus to Aston Villa West Ham. And we are going to prepare for the second half there. We now have kick-off once again from Villa Park. We'll kick off for the 5th time here this match. Tyrone Mings gives it to Ian Matson. Immediately blocked by Malagusto. Ian Matson retrieving the ball for the throw-in. Now it's with Tyrone Mings on the left side of this 18-yard box. Making a couple turns, but Aston Villa have made a substitution. Off is coming Matty Cash, and on is coming Bogard. So off is Matty Cash, and on is Lamara Bogard. Now it's Enzo Fernandez, swings it in towards Garnacho. Garnacho trying to get past Bogard, can't. Bogard holding him off. Does well to give it to Buendia. Now Douglas Luiz plays in. We have goal news from the Etihad Stadium. Nottingham Forest have equalised against Man City. Morgan Gibbs-White with the goal there. What a huge goal that is for the relegation scrap. It's now Man City 1, Nottingham Forest 1. Morgan Gibbs-White. That is absolutely huge for the relegation scrap and the promotion race. If West Ham draw to Fulham and Forest draw to Man City, that keeps Forest 3 points clear of the relegation zone. However, Tottenham are still on 29 points. I want to hear your thoughts in chat as we're ready for this. We're just waiting for this free kick to be took. Do you think that Tottenham Hotspur will be relegated this season? A player is down with an injury right now, so you have plenty of time. Do you think Tottenham Hotspur will be relegated? I feel if they don't adapt to their new manager's tactics, I go Tudor, quick enough, then they could be in real trouble. But it's played out for a throw-in. Now it's Tyrone Mings. Plays Ezri Konsa. Douglas Luiz. He's dictated the game here. When Villa have had the ball, he's been the man to dictate it. He scored the goal as well for Villa in the 2nd minute, may I add. Has played Amadou Onana. Now it's Douglas Luiz, played out this right side to Bogard. It's played backwards by Leon Bailey to his goalkeeper, Emi Martinez. Martinez to Tyrone Mings. High press by Chelsea now. I just started to get a little bit frustrated. Now it's Matson. Plays it inside to Onana. They're struggling here, Aston Villa, with this high press of Chelsea. That's a power pass by Onana. And now Chelsea have possession. It's on the halfway line with Reece James. Now it's Palmer. Gusto. Palmer. That's Fofana. Chalobah. Now it's Hato. Switch this left side now to Alejandro Garnacho, the summer signing from Manchester United. Caicedo. Swings a great ball into Garnacho. Garnacho, fantastic tackle by Liam Bogard. Fantastic tackle on Garnacho. That might have kept Aston Villa in it. And it did hit off Garnacho's leg as well. Outstanding tackle. That's a goal kick now. Seth Matson plays it backwards to Tyrone Mings. Rodgers loses that header. So Malagusto sprays it backwards to his goalkeeper Philip Jorgensen. It's a bit of a surprise to see him starting, as normally Robert Sanchez has been the goalkeeper. As now it's back with the goalkeeper Philip Jorgensen. This is his second game this season in the league. He's played one in the FA Cup. He's played two in the Champions League. Altogether, he's made 5 appearances for Chelsea this season. Not the best for a 23-year-old promising goalkeeper. As the referee gives a free kick. And João Pedro is down. But we have goal news from the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City have got their lead back. Rodri with the goal. And we also have goal news from the London Stadium. From Craven Cottage, sorry. And this might be one of the biggest goals West Ham have scored all season. Somerville puts West Ham in front over Fulham. But we are now focused on this free kick being taken. Has played out wide to Gusto. Gusto. Bit of trickery, gives it to Cole Palmer. Great interception by Rodgers. Starts driving forward, cuts backwards. Gives it to Matson, that's a free kick to Aston Villa. Taken immediately to Onana. He goes down. Referee produces a yellow card on João Pedro. Now it's Onana. Played Douglas Luiz. Short pass to Puende, a power pass though. Now here come Chelsea on the counter-attack. João Pedro, he's got the option of Garnacho to his left but Palmer on the right. Cuts inside, gives it to Palmer. Palmer, great ball into Reece James. Reece James swings it in. Great save and Cole Palmer. What a strike that is. To make it 3-1 to Chelsea. Fantastic strike. From about 15 yards out. Bobbled off the ground a bit. Went through a couple people's legs. But it got in the back of the net. Cole Palmer is the man for Chelsea once again. Emi Martinez looks like he's seen a ghost. All stems from that horrendous pass by Buendia. Great play by João Pedro though. He didn't pick the easy option because Villa were overloading on that side. Gives it to Palmer. Palmer with a great ball to James. James tried to put the cross in. Martinez just parried it away. And Palmer just struck it. Ice cold finish from Cole Palmer. 15 yards out through the legs of Onana and Emiliano Martinez. Chelsea are back in the race for top 4. So far, the title race is looking like top of the league. Arsenal, who are beating Brighton right now, they're on 67 points after 30 games. Man City are beating Forest, so they're second with 62 points. 5-point gap Arsenal have got, but Man City have got a game in hand. Man United are in third, but they are drawing in Newcastle. A win could do them very well to solidify themselves in the top 4. Fourth is actually Aston Villa. They've got 51 points after 29 games. And fifth is now Chelsea, who got 48 points after 29 games. The referee produces a yellow card. We don't know who to yet. But it's a free kick to Chelsea. Yep, foul against Morgan Rogers. Malagusto went down. Now Chelsea on the counter to Cole Palmer. Gusto is sprinting forward. Great ball by Palmer. Gusto, that is a horrendous ball. But Villa are immediately on the attack. Buendia plays it out to the right hand side to Leon Bailey. Gets tackled by Garnacho. Throw in to Aston Villa. Yeah, now 14 minutes into the second half. Sorry for that silence there. Had a technical difficulty. And it's with Reece James. Caicedo. Intercepted by Aston Villa. Morgan Rogers with a poor pass there. Throw in. Here. And we have some breaking news coming from St James's Park. Newcastle are down to 10 men against Manchester United. Jacob Ramsey with a second yellow card. Aston Villa have made some subs. Off is coming on. Off is Buendia. On is Jadon Sancho. Off is Douglas Luiz. On is Ross Barkley. And off is Leon Bailey. And on is Alisson. Now it's Enzo Fernandez. Plays to Reece James. Now it's Cole Palmer. Straight back to Reece James. Now it's with Hato. Garnacho. Straight back to Hato. Should have some great results though around the grounds. If it stays like this, if West Ham beat Fulham, that's huge. But Garnacho's through, and he squares it to João Pedro. That completes the João Pedro hat-trick. Aston Villa 1, Chelsea 4. João Pedro hat-trick. From 1-0 down, Chelsea are back. But we have some more breaking news from St James's Park. As Newcastle, even though they're down to 10 men, they have a penalty. And Newcastle have put their penalty away against Manchester United. That is absolutely huge for the Magpies at St James's Park. They're down to 10 men, but they have a goal, so they're going to park the bus. That's huge for the Mags. Anthony Gordon continues his red-hot form. my word! Nottingham Forest are back. It's 2-2. Elliot Anderson. That is massive for Nottingham Forest. We are going to switch commentary to the Nottingham Forest game. Because this game is 4-1, we are going to do Nottingham Forest, Manchester City. I'll show you, because Manchester United have a big chance here. If they score this, we might have to head to St James's Park. And it's a goal for Manchester United. After Newcastle went 1-0 up, they got a red card, they got a penalty, they converted, but so have Manchester United. There was meant to be 3 minutes at a time, but they've played an extra 9. Casemiro for Manchester United. But we are going to head over to the Etihad Stadium for the final 10 minutes of Manchester City versus Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest just simply can't afford to lose this game. If they lose this game, then they are in the relegation zone. This is absolutely huge for them. They simply can't afford a loss. Nottingham Forest are making a substitution. Igor Jesus is coming off. And he's taken his time to come off here. On is coming Taiwo Awani. I am working on updating that screen for you as soon as possible. But now here is Morgan Gibbs-White, plays it to Anderson, back to Gibbs-White, now it's Anderson, sprays it out wide. Hudson-Odoi, Anderson swings it in. Great football by Nottingham Forest right now. They are playing liquid football under their new manager, Vitor Pereira. We're awaiting a restart here. As now it's Rodri. Sprays it out wide to 8 Nori. Now it's Bernardo Silva. Plays it backwards to Mark Guehi. Guehi. To Nunes. Now it's Mark Guehi again. 9 minutes remaining in this game. Now it's Doku. That's into the stands. Savinho has been subbed on for Turkey. They're being as quick as they can, Manchester City, to try and find a winner. Matt Sells sprays it long. And bang, your screen is now updated. As now, it's Taiwan Wani, he slips though. Mark Guehi has it now. I am going to end the stream there for tonight. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next stream.